Hello everyone. Now let me try and keep this clear. So apparently, well, not apparently, it's pretty obvious. I have a hard time in explaining things that can be understood. I find the opposite also true. That humans, whatever they are, which might not be me, I don't know. Very possible I'm some kind of angel or alien. But anyway, that I can't make myself understood. I think they can't make themselves understandable to me. I think it cuts both ways because there's the sort of NB. There's a sort of narcissistic bias where, and normal people have always done this, if you want to call it that. I don't really care what you call it. But the narcissistic bias is that if they can't be understood by me, it's my fault. But if they, so if I let me try and word this correctly. If I say things that they can't understand, it's my fault. But if they say things that I can't understand, it's still my fault. Or at the very least, it's neutral. It's not their fault. Basically, the narcissism is that it's never their fault. It's always the because of the narcissism, because it's kind of like it's always their fault. It's kind of like, honestly, I'm not a Western psychologist, okay? I'm not making a diagnosis, but honestly, it does look like this. It really comes across like this, and again, I know that, honestly, it just means NT language, alright? Normally it's like Chinese or Japanese. Normally is NT language. Now, honestly, I think that you can understand it better than I can, because I have no idea what they're talking about, and 90% of their language is yeah. So NT language normally is it's 90% non-verbal. I have no idea what they're talking about. And honestly, as well as coming across as NPD, they also come across a bit as sociopaths. They come across as cluster B, the bad spectrum in Western psychology. They really come across. And again, I know you can talk to them a bit normal language. You obviously, when you're talking about the girls and blah blah blah, I'm not in your situation. It sounds like you can at least maybe 2/3 pass for normal or 51% pass for normal. On some level, I can 0 pass for normal, or I can just barely, if at all. And I wouldn't want to. They can keep their cluster B, sociopathic, psychopathic, insane, mentally ill cultures to themselves. They're all nuts. Kryptonite. So kryptonite's the thing that defeated Superman. So kryptonite to normal people is the truth and honesty and genuine, being authentic. Anything real is their kryptonite. Yeah. So, the left side, that's right. Yeah, just around about normal people. Or it's normal culture, really. It's really not good. It's really not good. Also, there's this thing, secondary psychopathy, which I think that they may have. Which is basically, say, the normal leader in the group, because there's like one leader and then the rest copy because of being a sheeple and having zero brain. So they the the leader might be a sociopath or a psychopath or a cluster B or a narcissist, and they'll all follow. So say you have 10 normal people in the group, one will be the normal leader, which in itself is retarded because everyone should self-educate themselves. But anyway, you're talking about an insane culture. Anyway, you'll have one normal leader. 10 people, one normal leader. The rest, 9 of them, the 90%. So if the normal leader's a psychopath, they'll become what you call a secondary psychopath. So they're not an indirect psychopath. They will copy the normal leader and become an indirect. So the leader will be the direct psychopath, they will become an indirect. Yeah. This is what it looks like. So they may start off, not having any was to be problems, but because they copy so much, they end up almost like a virus infected with the normal people narcissism, problem. But then I suppose if you're told your culture's the greatest constantly, then I guess maybe you believe it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to know. Also, another strange thing about the narcissism is they always tell you how good they are or how good their culture is and how kind they are, whilst absolutely witch hunting anyone, remotely different. So that one's very schizophrenic-ish, isn't it? They tell you how nice they are, but then they go on the rampage when you dare to show any kind of tiniest difference. So yeah, this is just a rant, but it sounds like you can speak their language much better than I can. Again, I wouldn't want to. It's a childish game, like a toddler. I wouldn't want to encourage childish behaviour. It just encourages. It's like letting your kid have too many sweets when they're 3 years old. It just encourages the naughty behaviour. I just refuse to play the childish game. Yeah. If they want to be authentic and non-fake, but if they want to do fake behaviour, then not interested. Yeah. So it's almost like they stay adolescents permanently or children permanently. Yeah. Immature, neoteny. Childish attributes in adult, chronological adult. So you'll have the age of an adult, but the behaviour attributes of child. hmm So it's sort of, yeah, it's the very bad side of sort of childish and adolescence. Um, it, yeah, almost negative feminine as well. All the sneakiness and the like, just flipping hell. It is like a sociopath. What is wrong with them? It's terrible. It really is. I know they're gonna keep doing it. I know that, but it just helps me to rant. It's a bit like a therapist, I guess. They'll always be mad. So, what are you gonna do? And also they seem to want to be told what to do, which a freedom fighter like me, that's absolutely unconceivable, unimaginable. I can't actually understand how you could want to be bossed about and be a serf and be, you know, it's nuts, isn't it? So yeah, they seem to have basically their culture is basically on the long lines of this, really. Yeah. So that's nice, isn't it? Not really. Um, yeah. No, it's just a rant about normal people. Um, and yeah. Um, and if you're non-normal, don't speak the language. It's a load of toilet. It's a load of ridiculousness. It's a load of childish behaviour. Yeah. I think the maturity doesn't extend beyond about 3 or 4. Mental age. Yeah. I mean, you can tell them that it's wrong. They don't care. They're going to go along with it. It's only when it's popular and fashionable. That's really all they care about. Which again is insane. So they're off their head basically. Um, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to make myself understood. No idea. They. It would help if it cut both ways. If it was 50-50, that would help. The fact that it's 100-0 on my end is doesn't help. That they can basically speak their silly behaviour, but anything I say is wrong. Again, it's this narcissism condition. Um, Whatever. Yeah. I think we call this video a rant, haven't we? About normal people. Yeah. So. Oh, petty. I probably have said this, but there's this really petty. Yeah. Like, you wear green socks and they'll go ballistic because you were meant to wear black socks. How dare you wear green? You know, they'll just go petty over the tiniest, stupidest, insignificant. Again, the childish thing, the 3-year-old syndrome, but anyway.